everyone, this is Cindy with Crayon with the Heart, and I am back today with another Twist and Pop card. Now this card, I am using a cut from SVG Cutting Files. This is the one that I made the other day using a Cricut file from Obsessed with Scrapbooking. So here is my card. And once you are really working this card, it will close and open for you very nicely. When it first starts, it's a little stiff. But here is the card that I made the other day using that file. So if you don't have a Cricut, you can make this card. The SVG Cutting Files, they come in an SVG file, so you can use it for your silhouette, you can use it for your Cricut. It also comes with a PDF, so you could potentially print this out and cut it and score it that way. So you have a couple of options. Now, the wet it cuts. So it does cut the A2 size card, which I actually did not cut. This is just my card. It cuts the pop-up mechanism and scores it for you. It cuts the pop-up part for you. It also cuts the squares that go on your pop-up part, and it also cuts these two pieces which go on the top and bottom of your card. And you're going to see that this one is a little bit different than the one that I had made previously. So for this, it's the same thing. You're going to basically fold a Valley Mountain fold, and you're going to end up with something that looks like a W, right? So you're just going to set this aside for right now. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold along your fold lines. So I folded this way, and then I folded this way, and then that way, so that all my folds are ready to go. And then what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze these side ones until they start coming together and they make that house. So once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and, okay. So once you've made that pop-up piece and you've scored it, then it's going to go inside your card, like so. Now, I just noticed, I guess it's just going to be white inside, because you could cover the inside panels if you wanted. I'm going to go ahead and let it be white. So you're going to want to center it the best that you can. Same thing that I did before. I'm going to use score tape. You can use ATG for this. I mean, I think it holds up pretty well. And for this, you're going to want to cover the whole card, because not only is this your pop-up mechanism, but this also then is the mat for inside your card. So that's what I mean by it being a little bit different than what we had done previously with the Cricut file. And so, like I said, you could do ATG for this. I think it would still hold up pretty well. So you're going to take this off, and you're going to have to be very, very careful with this. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of this off. Now you're going to kind of line it up right at the fold. And, okay, it's fine. Okay, and then you're going to attach the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and put my tape on this other side and then close the card, and we're going to work on our pop-up. Now, I struggled with this a little bit, so just a word to the wise that when I opened this file up after purchasing it from SVG Cutting Files, it cost $3. It was not sized correctly for my Cricut, so I had to resize it. It was way, way, way too big. Not way, way too big. It was big enough that I would have needed a 12 by 24 mat to cut it out. It didn't fit on a 12 by 12 mat, so I knew it was too big. So it took a little trial and error to get it cut down to size. And so I'm hoping that I did a good job at resizing it because it was not really easy to resize this thing. Okay, so here we go. So you can see that it opens very well. And so we're going to open it flat, and the same thing that we did before, that this portion needs to be right directly, this center line needs to be directly centered on this card. Okay? It needs to be, let's see, is this correct? Okay, so let's see right here. Okay, so I've got to make sure that it is directly on that center point. Otherwise, it will be very bad. So I'm going to do opposite side. So this one I'm going to do on this portion, and then the other one I'm going to do at the top. So let's, okay, and there's that. Now making sure that it stays there on the center portion, right? We're just going to flip that up. And now I'm going to do the top. So you don't want to do both or the wrong side, otherwise it will not pop up for you, because this is what helps it twist and pop. So let me go ahead and do this part. All right, and then there's that. Okay, so now this is the hard part, is getting it to close properly. And so at this point you want to kind of score everything so that it will stay down for you. So I am liking my Cricut file a little bit more just because it was sized perfectly for my Cricut, but this is definitely a good alternative. You're just going to have to resize it a little bit. Okay, so it's a little bit bent a little bit. I think I wasn't exactly on the center. It looked like it was though. Let me go ahead and do this, and then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you where all the pieces go so that you can finish up your card as well. I'm going to just clean up my desk a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start off with these little pieces right here. So these are these pieces that look like parts of houses. So for this one, the tip didn't cut really well for me because Cricut was being ornery. So it doesn't matter because you can't really see it anyway. And so this is just going to fit in there. So I do like the fact they give you a mat, because otherwise there's just no way. And then I've got this one that's going to go at the top. And I'm just using ATG for this. It'll stick down just fine. And so it's just going to fit right under here. And a little bit crooked, a little bit crooked. Unless I'm at an angle, that's why. Yikes. Okay, so let me go ahead and fix that. Let's get that under there. And joking. All right. So here we go. And very, very cute. So it's like this. Okay, so you just keep practicing that maneuver. Okay, so then I've got my little squares. So I'm going to go ahead and do them. So I cut 2 of each patterned paper, and then I'm just going to alternate them. And there we go. So it is nice that they do give you all the pieces that you need to do your matting. So everything mats very, very nicely. And I will also decorate the front. So the front I used a Cricut cut. And then these pieces you're going to see I am using some pieces from the Cream and Sugar line. So this is a card that's going to takes a little bit of finagling, I think, to get it work for you. Okay. Make sure that it closes if it's pulling. Okay, so let's see. I've got various little images here that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use, I'll do the teacup right here. And I'm going to do the coffee next. I've been wanting to make this. I was really wanting to buy the Lawn Fawn die, but it's just out of my budget right now. So I'm trying to be smart and find alternatives because I do have my Cricuts. Okay, so then I've got a cute little donut and some milk. So I'm going to do the donut first, and then I'm going to do my milk. And there's my milk. Okay, so there that is. And we're going to go ahead and close that for now. And now I'm going to work on the top. So I got to be careful because I've got some stickles on my donut there. And these are my pieces for my top of my card, or the front of my card. Let me go ahead and get started. Okay, so I am using this piece. So I had cut the middle out of this on my last card that I made, on my other pop-up twist card. And all I do is just cut it so that I've got a mat around it because I'm going to fill up that middle piece. So this is just going to fit. And you can see that it does get very bulky. It is not going to be a thin card at all. It's going to definitely have bulk to it. This is going to fit right over like so. And then this piece right here is part of the collection. I think it's going to be very cute up there. Okay, and let's see, what else do we have? Do not worry, be happy. It's going to go right here. And last but not least, I have my donut. I think this is from the sweet shop. And take all of these off. And we are almost done with this fun twist and pop card. So I think this is my second one, and it was a little easier to put together than the first, even if it was a different, mechanism that got cut out to make it. I at least kind of had an idea of how it was supposed to work. So I think that's the key, is you're going to have to make a few of these to make it work. And I'm going to have a link to SVG cutting files. So if you want to buy this one, you can do that. It's $3, which is still much cheaper than buying the die. Okay, so there's the front of my card. And it says, "Do not worry, be happy." There's the front of my card, a little donut paper. I don't know, reminds me of Homer Simpson. And then when I open it up, ta-da! There is my twist and my pop-up. Isn't that adorable? I think it came out really, really cute. And so it does close up very nicely. Let's just do that one more time. Boom. Very cute. So thank you so much for watching. This is Cindy with Creating with the Heart.